I'm not going to stand here in front of one of the great wonders of the world and argue about an old movie. I'll go back inside. If you figure out some plan to make $800 last a lifetime, knock on the door. I'll be in there.
You're listening to the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steinler.
All right, welcome back to the Keeping Your Money Show. I'm Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steinler. Just tuning in, we've been discussing the folly of passing away without estate planning, even without a will, as we found Aretha Franklin here recently did. JP Morgan's going to offer you free trades. We discussed the positives and negatives of the so-called free account. Gave you some of the 10 commandments from Market Watch of retirement. The rest of those you can find on our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/keepingyourmoney. If at any time you'd like to talk to us, maybe you want to set up an appointment, let us kind of help you figure out an income plan, a strategy for how you're going to draw income out of your retirement. Maybe you need a second opinion because you're getting close to retirement and you're not comfortable with the way things look. Maybe you need a first opinion because you've always done it yourself, and next year is the year you're gonna go off into the sunset and you're not 100% sure you're ready to. We'd love to talk to you. You're welcome to give us a call. 888-98-MONEY is the number. That's 888-986-6639. So there was an article in the USA Today that was actually republished from the Arizona Republic. And it was talking about something kind of interesting. It was talking about the idea of rebalancing, how it's unappreciated, people don't do it enough, but it actually is a great tool to maybe kind of counteract some of your own behavior issues with investing. And what I mean by that is we all have this desire to join after everyone is already in.
Right.
And we all have this desire to leave when we're the last person in the room. Perfect example of that right now, cryptocurrency. I mean, 6 months ago, I couldn't pick up the phone without somebody asking me if they should be in cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. I believe it's down 60% since then, roughly.
Yeah.
We all heard about all these people that went from 100 to 12,000, right?
Yep.
And then everyone wanted to get in at 12,000, It's just not how it works. We know intelligently that getting in low and buying low and selling high is what we're supposed to do, but our emotional connection to things sometimes short circuit, and we want to get in when everyone else is already in, and we want to get out after everyone else is already gone. And rebalancing is a way to sometimes force yourself to not buy into that trend, because rebalancing makes you sell some of your winners and buy more of, ones that potentially look like losers.
Right. And a couple things you want to think about is look at the companies that are the big movers and shakers right now, the ones that are leading the market, and then go back 10 years and look at the companies that were the big movers and shakers leading the market. Go back another 10 years, look at the big companies that were moving and shaping the market. They're different companies. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you pick one of these winners and you ride it up, at some point it's not going to be the leader of the market.
Right.
Okay.
Well, how about just think about how often even sectors went from one year to the next.
Absolutely.
It's very rare for any index to 2 years in a row even be in the top quintile. If they were the top this year, they're usually a laggard next year, and vice versa.
Yeah. The areas that are leading the market, you can look at. Everybody publishes these charts. You can get them any number of places.
We'll try and find one and throw it up on Facebook.
Yeah, it continually cycles. That some sector is a leader for 1 year, maybe 2 years, then it drops down to the bottom quartile, and then it seems to slowly work its way back up, and you just don't know what it's going to be the following year. A lot of people have guessed, estimates, educated guess about what's going to be the leader next year, but really people don't know. And going back to our story about the brokerage accounts you get that are next to nothing in cost, one question you ask, are they rebalancing my portfolio for me?
Right.
Probably not.
Well, and that's the thing with rebalancing too, is sometimes we get a little bit overly connected to something, right? And I remember, I think the greatest example of this is there was a gentleman that came in a couple years ago, and he had worked for a company, and the company's irrelevant, so I'm not even going to mention it, but he had worked for a company that had saw their stock plummet to unbelievably low levels at the beginning of 2009, end of 2008, beginning of 2009. Now, in a moment of pure genius, he took his 401k and invested the whole thing in the company's stock. Okay? And I don't know if you remember this guy or not.
I do.
He came in a couple years ago.
Exactly who you're talking about.
So he came in, and by the time we had met with him, it was 2016, 17 timeframe. He had turned what really was a pretty small 401k into a pretty sizable, kind of life-changing for his family amount of money. Because he had a pension, he was comfortably retired. He literally just had this nearly 7-figure amount of money in his 401k that could change the lives of a lot of people in his family now and in the future when he passed away. I mean, his kids could easily, or his grandkids could easily be the first in their families to go to college. He could have funded it. I mean, a lot of different things. And he says to us, when we said, you really need to diversify, he says to us, I really think this stock's going higher. And we tried to explain the concept of even if it does, it doesn't matter because what you could gain will have such a smaller effect on your life than what you could lose, right? Now, I want to point out that that stock was around $15 a share when we were having this conversation.
And I think he was looking to get it to 18 or 19.
Right. And today it's 9.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if he sold it. I sure hope he did. But there's a perfect example of believing so heavily in the winner that's already done so much for you, and believing that it's going to continue to be that racehorse every single year. And it's just not. And if he would have sold then, the pain that he's experienced the last couple years and watching what was a great decision by him originally start to really evaporate, it has to be difficult to watch. And it has to hurt. And that's the same thing that can happen when you don't rebalance. You see this chunk of your portfolio do so well, and you just want to leave it all there. Or we get this sometimes too, Bart. We get the person that says, well, I've got these 3 accounts with you. Why is this one doing so well and this one's not doing so well? And the reality is it's because it's intentional. They're invested in a particular way for particular goals and time frames, and also to kind of counterbalance each other a little bit.
Right. And sometimes you want to design a portfolio not just to gain, but also to protect you if the market goes down. Because you don't want to participate 100% in the fall of a market.
Right.
And that's equally as important as being able to put stuff up on the positive side. Now, this article also makes another analogy, kind of like what you're talking about the person who goes to the casino and they're on a winning streak and they stay too long because they figure they're playing on the house money here. And so they're up X number of dollars, and they figure, well, if I keep playing, I'll be up X number of dollars times 2 or times 3. So they stay there, but eventually the odds start working against them, and before you know it, they've lost their gain and probably the amount that they came in to gamble with to begin with.
Yep, for sure. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap up the show, send you into the weekend right here on the Keeping Your Money Show.
Is your 401k sturdy enough to help support your retirement goals? The Keeping Your Money Show has a team of advisors that will help you size up the assets currently in your 401k and explore asset allocation based on your goals. Call the Keeping Your Money Show today at 1-888-98-MONEY or visit keepingyourmoney.com to learn how you can start solidifying your foundation for a strong retirement plan.
This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steinler.
Welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steinler. Well, another show is in the books. If you just tuning in for the next show and you missed us, come back an hour earlier next week. Say, who is this? This is the Keeping Your Money Show. I'm Jamie. This is Bart. We talk about things that help you get towards retirement. And we're now officially, the Huge Show preferred financial advisor, or the official financial advisor to the Huge Show. I don't know how you say that exactly, but
I'd go with the second way.
yeah. Oh, and if you're not doing anything this coming Wednesday at 5 o'clock, I'm going to show I have sports chops too. You know, I've heard from a lot of people. They say, yeah, the first time I ever tuned in, I turned on the radio on Saturday and I'm like, who are these idiots? You know, and then they're like, I kind of liked what you were talking about, right? Well, I'm going to prove to you at 5 o'clock that I actually know a lot about sports too, because Huge is going to have me on to talk about football. So
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be cool.
5 to 6 on Wednesday on the Huge Show. You get to hear me talk about more than just investments. We're going to talk about football and the Detroit Lions, and so, Urban Meyer might come up in the conversation and that ridiculous punishment he just received, but I digress. So Wednesday at 5, throw on the Huge Show, and I'll be bursting through your airwaves. So we did cover today the folly of passing away without any estate planning or will, as many celebrities shockingly have. In pursuit of new customers, JP Morgan was offering a free investment account. We talked about the positives and negatives of the concept of free. 10 Commandments of Retirement and Rebalancing, a simple and unappreciated way to help you reach your goals. If you missed any part of the show, you can find it on our website. Go to keepingyourmoney.com. You can also find it on any of our podcast partners, iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. If you ever want to contact us, feel free to do so. info@keepingyourmoney.com. And I do respond to all of those emails personally. Well, I'm going to tell you, like I tell you every week, you'd never go shopping without a list. You'd never go traveling without arrangements. You'd never show up at a cruise port and expect to get on a ship. You surely wouldn't show up at the airport and try and get on a plane. Shoot, even if you have a ticket, you can't get on it half the time. You definitely wouldn't want to show up.
If you do, you
without
can't
one.
bring your luggage.
Yeah, exactly. No one ever goes to the car rental counter and just assumes they're going to have a car. And no one ever gets on the road without knowing where they're going. Even if you're going on a short trip, you know where you're going. You've planned it out. You've decided the best route. Retirement is no different. It's not a destination. It's the beginning of another journey that could potentially last you 25 to 30 more years. If you are not road mapping that retirement, you're going to be in trouble, and you really need to do it. So if you need an income plan for your retirement, let us help you. We'd be happy to sit down and give you a free consultation to review what you need to be doing to be successful in your retirement years. Give us a call, 888-98-MONEY, 888-986-6639. All right, for everybody here at the Keeping Your Money Show, Shannon Simon, Dan Van Single, Shane Thorson, Nate Boonstra, Grant Hall, our buddy Troy Fox out on the lake shore, our wonderful producer, Laura Riddenauer, my compadre, Bart Steinler. I'm Jamie Westenbarger. This is Keeping Your Money Show. Have a fantastic weekend.
Registered representatives offer securities through Securities America, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Financial advisors offer advisory services through Securities America Advisors, Inc. Forest Hills Financial, Inc. and Securities America are separate entities.